Every New Year's resolution, every fresh start crash lands. And it's not because you're lazy. Deep inside, your brain is wired to resist change. Habits form in the basal ganglia, outside conscious control, while your prefrontal cortex tires fast. Without identity alignment, I'm the kind of person who shows up to the gym, even good habits wither. And let's not forget, willpower is finite, and daily friction can stop you in your tracks. So if the real reason you can't stick, it's not you, it's the system your brain's using. Today we will talk about the real reason you can't stick to good habits. So before we start, make sure to hit the like button and subscribe to my channel. Building good habits can transform your life, whether it's exercising regularly, eating healthy, waking up early, or reading daily. Yet, so many people struggle to make these habits last. They start with high energy and strong commitment, but after a few days or weeks, motivation fades, and old patterns quickly return. Why is it so hard to stick to good habits? Most people blame themselves for being lazy or lacking willpower, but the real reasons are often deeper and more psychological. Understanding these root causes can help you finally break the cycle and build habits that actually last. 1. You rely too much on motivation and willpower. One of the biggest mistakes people make when trying to build good habits is assuming that motivation will carry them through. Motivation is a powerful starting force, but it is also fleeting and unreliable. It fluctuates with mood, energy levels, and daily circumstances. Willpower is also a limited resource that gets depleted throughout the day as you make decisions and resist temptations. Studies in behavioral psychology reveal that those who successfully maintain habits don't depend on motivation or willpower. They design their environments and systems to make the habit easy and automatic. For example, laying out workout clothes the night before or prepping healthy meals in advance removes the need to make hard choices in the moment. 2. You set vague or unrealistic goals. Another major reason people can't stick to good habits is that their goals are often too vague or too ambitious from the start. Saying, "I want to get in shape" is unclear. What does that mean? How will you track it? On the other hand, deciding to work out for 2 hours every day when you've never exercised before is too drastic. The brain resists sudden, overwhelming change because it perceives it as a threat to stability. Instead, the science of habit formation supports starting small and specific, such as, "I will walk for 10 minutes after lunch every day." Small wins build momentum, confidence, and a sense of progress. Over time, these manageable steps compound into life-changing habits. 3. You have poor habit triggers and cues. Every habit is connected to a trigger, a specific cue that signals your brain to perform the behavior. Without intentional triggers, habits easily get forgotten or skipped. For example, if your goal is to meditate daily, but you have no reminder or built-in cue, your brain won't know when to initiate the action. Effective habits are tied to specific events, like after I brush my teeth or right after I finish my morning coffee. This is called habit stacking, a proven technique to anchor new habits to existing ones. Many people fail because their habits are not tied to consistent environmental or behavioral cues. If you have to consciously remember to perform a habit, you will likely miss it when you're busy, stressed, or distracted. 4. You don't design your environment for success. Your environment silently shapes your behavior far more than you realize. If you're trying to eat healthier, but your pantry is full of junk food, you're constantly fighting an uphill battle. If your phone is within reach, you'll likely get sucked into social media instead of focusing on your reading habit. Successful habit builders manipulate their surroundings to make good behaviors obvious and easy, and bad behaviors hard to access. Want to read more? Place books in visible, convenient spots. Want to reduce screen time? Keep your phone in another room while working. Your environment should remove friction from good habits and add friction to bad ones. People often fail because they underestimate how much their physical space and social circles influence their daily choices. 5. You don't track progress or get immediate feedback. Humans thrive on feedback. When you see evidence that your efforts are paying off, you stay motivated and committed. Unfortunately, many good habits like exercising, saving money, or learning new skills don't provide instant results. Without visible progress, it's easy to lose interest. This is why tracking your habits is crucial. Whether it's checking off boxes on a calendar, using a habit tracker app, or simply journaling your wins, recording your progress makes the habit feel real and rewarding. The satisfaction of seeing a streak build up taps into the brain's reward system, creating positive reinforcement. Many people abandon habits because they don't feel an immediate benefit, or because they're not measuring their consistency. Visual progress keeps you accountable and emotionally invested. 6. You have identity conflicts. One of the deepest reasons habits don't stick is that they clash with your internal identity. If you still see yourself as someone who's bad at exercise, or someone who always quits, no amount of external habit building will override that belief in the long term. True habit change happens when you shift your identity. You must start seeing yourself as the type of person who lives that habit. For example, instead of aiming to run a marathon, focus on becoming a runner. Identity-based habits are more resilient because they align with how you see yourself. Every time you complete the habit, you are casting a vote for the kind of person you want to be. When your habits support your identity, they become self-sustaining. When they conflict, you will unconsciously sabotage your efforts. 7. You don't account for emotional triggers and stress. Life will always throw challenges at you: stress, fatigue, anxiety, boredom. Many people abandon their good habits not because they lack discipline, but because they haven't planned for emotional roadblocks. Emotional states can trigger old habits like overeating, procrastination, or mindless scrolling. If your habit plan doesn't include coping strategies for stress, you'll revert to comfort behaviors. For example, if your workout habit gets disrupted by a stressful day, you might skip the gym and binge watch TV instead. Successful habit builders learn to recognize emotional triggers and develop alternative responses like deep breathing, going for a walk, or calling a friend. Emotional regulation is a crucial, yet often ignored, part of habit formation. You need to anticipate emotional dips and have a plan for staying on track during tough times. 8. You lack patience and quit too soon. Finally, one of the most overlooked reasons people fail to stick to good habits is simply impatience. In today's instant gratification culture, we expect fast results. If we don't see immediate benefits, we often assume the habit isn't working and give up. But most meaningful habits require consistency over weeks or months to produce visible change. Fitness transformations, financial improvements, and skill mastery are all slow processes. The compound effect works silently at first, then visibly later. People who succeed in building lasting habits understand that progress is not always linear. They accept plateaus and trust the process. They also focus on showing up daily rather than achieving perfection. The habit of sticking to the habit, even on bad days, is what ultimately builds momentum. Quitting too soon is like digging up a seed before it has a chance to grow. Long-term success requires patience, resilience, and faith in small, consistent efforts. If you like this video and would like to see more like it, please give it the thumbs up, leave a comment, and click the button to subscribe.